time and technology. We've gone through, basically we're in the fourth industrial revolution right now. First there was steam, then electricity, then the internet, and now AI.
Cool. Like that.
Within AI, then there's basically four levels that we've looked at. The ANI, which is the artificial neural intelligence, that focuses on basically one subject that an AI model can handle. And then there's AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, and that's the model that's basically equivalent to what a human can do. And then the superstar is ASI, the artificial superintelligence, which that's basically what everybody's afraid of getting to right now. So, but there are two papers. OpenAI had a research paper looking at GPT-4 compared to GPT 3.5. And then Microsoft had like 12 researchers that worked on a paper just kind of looking at how smart is GPT-4. And they ran it through all kinds of different tests, looking at human emotions and high-level math tests. And the basic conclusion was that this is very close to touching on AGI, which is kind of the ultimate objective that we're shooting for right now. And that's what's making people afraid. When I read the paper, I became more of a skeptic of how close we are to AI possibly becoming dangerous. I think we need to start looking at it and start planning for it right now, because it's so smart. When you look at the stats and the tests that it ran, I think you'd kind of become a believer that we need to start looking at it. It's not dangerous right now. Obviously, it's not gonna sit around and think and run all kinds of algorithms and problems. But I think we certainly need to look at beginning to install some guardrails and some regulations on how it can be used and who can use it, and just taking a real close look at it. So
yeah, I think this is going to be super interesting because I think we're in a different place from maybe 20 years ago, where I think probably on the whole people trusted government. And, all the data that I'm seeing is that people, they don't trust governments. And if you look at the way that companies are getting in there and replacing governments in certain ways, and then people not trusting those companies. So, if you don't trust the government, if you don't trust big tech, then who are you going to trust? Right? Yeah, exactly. Who are you going to call on this whole thing? And I think that's going to be a big part of the wrangling here. I think you're going to see a lot of, but China, which says, hey, we can't shut this down or slow roll this in the US or Western Europe because China is going to go, at light speed, and we can't have a competitive disadvantage. The first time this, kind of debate came up, I kind of, I'm thinking, did a little research on debates like this in the past, and whether it was the wheat thresher, TV, radio, and these types of arguments. And every one of these, and even Google search, there was hand wringing on that. Right. And I think as a society, we find a way to grapple through that, power through that. It's going to be ugly, though. It's going to be super ugly. Really interesting article that was written, I think it was Fortune, where IBM CEO Arvind Krishna, he said what we're all talking about, all whispering in the room, but he was very clear. AI can probably replace 20 to 30% of my back office operations here, which it's so funny. I mean, I appreciate, if nothing else, we have a big tech CEO actually telling the truth and being open and honest on that. And there was a little bit of discussion afterwards on it, was this is what he meant? But we're all, every big tech CEO is thinking about how they move this forward, for a simple reason, is that they work for the shareholders. Okay. And if their competition goes and implements this and is able to, slash OpEx by 30% using GPT-4, GPT-5 or whatever, Llama or something like that, then they're going to be at a disadvantage. They're going to get fired because their stock's going to plummet. So, but hey, what a great thing! Pandemonium creates opportunity for us industry analysts.
It does. And what's really concerning to me is the fact that when I look at this report on this research on GPT-4 compared to 3.5, I mean, there's a big difference, a big gap between what the capabilities are. So if we're looking at GPT-5, GPT-6 down the road, it's going to be some really amazing things that AI can. It's already amazing things, but it's even going to be more amazing down the road when we have a few more generations underneath us.
Yeah, Sam Altman made a comment that said, hey, are the models going to get bigger in GPT-5? And he said, no, they're big enough. We just need to make these models better.